You know, guys, I know here on the channel, I kind of pride myself on the fact that I can just talk and talk and talk and have whatever opinion, and whether or not people like it, I'm gonna say it, right? But I also do acknowledge that the game I'm talking about today, MW2019, I know there's a lot of fans of that game. I know by this point there's like a cult following for it. It's kind of like 50-50 on whether or not somebody hates it or loves it. And I just know for a fact today's video is gonna get a lot of hate. I know a lot of people are gonna dislike this one, but that's the beauty of it, is that I don't give a fuck. And if I gotta talk, I gotta talk, and today's no different. So let me just give you a brief warning right now. If you cannot handle shit talk, if you cannot handle somebody just spewing out random absurdities for the fuck of it, if you get offended easily, this is probably not the space for you, man. I'm gonna be straight up, and I'm just gonna open this video up with saying this right now. If you like MW 2019 and you believe it to genuinely be in the top 5 Call of Duties of all time, oh god. Here it comes. You belong in the motherfucking short bus, man. Look, I'm running out of room in the gulag, but the short bus and Epstein Island might be the next place to go, because I personally just cannot fathom the fact that people genuinely like this game's multiplayer experience. I'm not talking about Spec Ops or Warzone or Campaign, and actually let me reiterate right now, I'm specifically not talking about Warzone. So when you have these rose-tinted glasses about MW 2019, just know Warzone is not included, because I genuinely think Warzone carried the fuck out of MW 2019's life cycle. And I know I got a lot of subscribers that may love MW 2019, they may hate it. Some new viewers, maybe it's your first time viewing the video and you hear me talking a lot of shit, like saying all of you guys who like MW 2019 belong on the fucking short bus. I'm so sorry, but I just don't give a flying fuck. So if you're laying yourself out in missionary for Joe Seacott to plow you, and you want Bobby Cosby's gooch all over your lips, and you're backing it up for them, fucking twerking, all this shit, shaking ass for money on the corner, going stupid Tiana Trump style on Activision, that's okay, man, but that's your business. Here on the Scadmaster side, I don't really delve into that nonsense, and to me, MW 2019 has just been the catalyst for nonsense. So if you enjoy all that shit, look, that's you, I'm me, I'm the Scadmaster. Nice to meet you. If you don't like it, piss the fuck off, it is totally fine. And in regards to the gameplay in the background, I have no idea what it is, but if it's not MW 2019, just know it's because of a few reasons. I don't give a fuck about the game, I don't want to play it. I know you guys voted for it, but not many of you guys actually wanted to see it. And I got exams, lectures, essays, all sorts of shit to go on with school and work. I don't have time for MW 2019 Part 3, so what the fuck makes you think I have time for MW 2019 Part 1, the game that started off the entire dark ages of Call of Duty, as I've coined the term here on the channel. Now guys, my disdain for this game is not necessarily like, oh, the gameplay's like shit, or it was underdeveloped. No, it's nothing like that, guys. It truly just comes down to the fact that all of the bullshit that you see in current Call of Duty, whether it be Vanguard, MW 2019 Part 2, or Part 3, a lot of it, and when I say a lot of it, I mean like 99% of it, stems from MW 2019's existence. As a multiplayer experience, it is the worst Call of Duty multiplayer experience I have ever had in my entire fucking life. And I know it's been like 4 or 5 years by this point, but guys, I don't know what kind of content creators you guys be watching, but when I say something, I fucking stand on it. And I'll double down, I'll triple down, and 4 or 5 years later, I'll tell you guys right now, there is no sense of rose-tinted glasses with the Scadmaster. That game was fucking dog shit. I did not like it, and most importantly, it started this horrible dog shit trend of all of these terrible design decisions behind Call of Duty that still exist to this day. Now, what am I talking about? Obviously, guys, there's a lot. First of all, this new SBMM bullshit system that we have. Prior to MW 2019, yes, it existed. Yes, people still complained about it. People were annoyed, but you'd be lying to yourself if you did not admit that starting with MW 2019, something fucking happened. I don't know what happened. Bobby Cosby probably had a bad day. The girl he was harassing at work probably smacked him across the face. The boy did something, And since MW 2019, SBMM has been all sorts of fucked up. Next thing, minimap. I mean, I don't think I need to be the one to say it, but what the fuck were we thinking? At first, this game was originally not gonna have a minimap entirely. It was just gonna be blank space on the top left, and people were complaining like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You fucking bozos, add the shit back in. And I don't know how people were appreciative of this at all whatsoever, but this is actually another trend that we see currently with Call of Duty, but Infinity Ward's way of accommodating what the community wanted was not by giving us red dots on the minimap, but giving us a blank minimap and saying that was good enough, that's somewhere to meet in the middle. For fucking what? What are we meeting in the middle about? We have feedback, we have criticism, whether or not it's constructive or polite, I don't give a fuck. Add the shit back in, what the hell are you doing? That was Infinity Ward's way of trying to please the community, and one of their only ways of trying to please the community, as we'll see in future titles. On top of that, we had Dead Silence as a field upgrade and not a perk. I don't really need to be the one to say why that's an issue. Disbanding lobbies, get it the fuck up out of here. Launching a game with what, like 7 or 8 6v6 maps? Dog shit, get it out of here. We had footstep audio that sounded like Lizzo hurtling through fucking boulders. Get it the fuck up out of here. The start of seasonal content, and when I say seasonal content, it's not that it's necessarily bad, it's just, it doesn't work in Call of Duty. It never has. And maybe this is a topic for another video, but I have not been satisfied or pleased with any season in Call of Duty history ever. Yeah, there are some that are way better than others, but preferably, it's not my cup of tea, I'm sorry. What else? Oh yeah, the time to kill that's equivalent to the attention span of the average fucking gooch licker. No wonder most gooch lickers just so happen to be MW 2019 fanboys. What else? Oh yeah, dog shit maps. I mean, do I need to go through it? Ramaza, horrible. Euphrates Bridge, what the fuck? Piccadilly. Oh Jesus, guys, like, the list goes on and on. There's some real stinkers in MW 2019, and I know a lot of people like Gunrunner and Hackney Yard. If I had a tier list comparing to all Call of Duty maps in history, Gunrunner and Hackney Yard are C-minuses at best. I'm sorry. And for those to be the best of MW 2019 says a lot about the quality of those maps. They're dog shit. We got the fucking existence of this bozo right here, fucking big forehead, mega mind ass bitch, single-handedly contributed to ruining Call of Duty's multiplayer experience going forward, talking about, oh, we want to protect the noobs. Oh, we want to give players safe spaces so they can learn the game. Bro, by that point, Call of Duty's existed for like 15 plus years. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, and don't even get me started on microtransactions. Holy shit. This was the start of it, guys, and that is the point of today's video. It's not a gameplay thing. Oh, my KD was horrible in this game, or anything like that, and even some of the gameplay related shit that I'm talking, if it only existed in this one game alone, it really wouldn't be that much of a problem, but these are common themes that you see in Call of Duty even to this day, 4 or 5 years later and going onwards. The next Infinity Ward title, God forbid that we get another Infinity Ward title, fucking MW 2019 Part 4, nope. I'm not playing that shit. I'd actually rather watch Lizzo take a shit on me. And trust me guys, you don't need to be the one to tell me. I know my opinion on this is probably in the minority. There are worse Call of Duty titles as a whole other than MW 2019, like Ghost. A lot of people really don't like Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, World War II. Shit, a lot of people hate Vanguard and MW 2019 Part 2. But guess what? MW 2019 literally was the catalyst for lowering the bar as to what is acceptable in a Call of Duty game. Because now we're fighting for red dots on the minimap. People need to make videos talking about why the fuck is there doors? Why is there mounting? Why is the footstep audio like this? These used to not be issues in Call of Duty, and now 4 or 5 years later when people are saying, oh, why are you still complaining about Call of Duty? Bro, it's because back in MW 2019, we tried to give them the clearest feedback possible, and they literally ignored it. If you want to say MW 2019 Part 2 is the worst Call of Duty of all time, look, I don't disagree with you. It is one of the worst games I've ever fucking played, but guess what? It's following MW 2019 and the formula that was used to create it. And so when you look at the last 5 years of Call of Duty, tell me why I've had MW 2019-like experiences 4 out of those 5 fucking years. MW 2019, Vanguard, MW 2019 Part 2, and Part 3 all follow the exact same MW 2019 formula. Cold War is sorta different, but guess what? It also had the same terrible dogshit themes as MW 2019 did. SBMM, microtransactions, seasonal content. And yes, you can say it's better than it was in the year prior, but it shouldn't have to be better as a fucking compliment. It should just be what it is as a standard. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. The standard has been lowered so fucking much because of this game. There's just no way I can give it props even 5 years later, even if I thought some of it was fun. Like, for example, Search and Destroy. Check out this tweet from MW2 Ghost. He says, as much hate as MW 2019 gets, as much as I disliked almost the entirety of the game and most definitely didn't like the new era of COD that it ushered in, I do actually look back on MW 2019 fondly solely for the fact that Search and Destroy on that game was so flipping good. And I don't need to read the rest of this. All I need to tell you guys is one thing, point blank period. If you get upset with me for being in the minority, for thinking this game sucks, guess what? If you try to justify this game as being good based on Search and Destroy, you're actively putting yourself in the minority. Because in comparison to like Domination and Team Deathmatch and maybe even Kill Confirmed, Search and Destroy as a mode, in comparison to those, it's a fucking minority of the player base. So when you try to justify it that way, I'm sorry, but to me, it's just fucking invalid. If we're using the same logic as you, that the Scab Master's in the minority for disliking this game, well guess fucking what? If you like Search and Destroy on this game, you too are in the fucking minority. And I've seen a lot of people go back to this game and talk about, oh my god, I can't believe we hated on this game, all this other shit, man. No, the Scat Master will literally stand on this until the end of fucking time. I dislike this game a lot. It is my least enjoyed multiplayer experience of all time, especially in Call of Duty. And for what it did to the franchise going forward, whether or not you view it as a numerical success because of the sales and the revenue, in terms of quality, in terms of design, I think this game did some of the worst damage to Call of Duty's franchise that I've ever fucking seen. And look, that's not to take away from like the graphics or how smooth and fluid the movement is and all this type of shit. I can appreciate that. I mean, yeah, it looks good, it feels great, but I'm not dropping money for graphics. I'm dropping money for enjoyability. And the fact of the matter is, I did not enjoy this game, and a lot of the most unenjoyable aspects and features that were created at the same time as this game dropping, unfortunately for a lot of us, it has existed up until this very point. And who knows if that changes next year with Microsoft being in charge and no longer Activision. I don't fucking know. What I can tell you is, starting with MW 2019, you saw these trends, and you've seen them exist for the last 4 or 5 years. And if you dislike it, guess what? It started because of MW 2019. And I've coined the term already, the dark ages of Call of Duty, and that in fact did start with MW 2019. Now guys, on the chance that there isn't MW 2019 gameplay in the background, I will say something. If it really is that important to you guys and you truly think my opinion would be different if I were playing MW 2019, please let me know in the comments, and honestly, if I have time, then fuck it. Maybe we'll go back to it and actually play it. And if I change my mind, I change my mind, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Scadmaster doesn't change his fucking mind. And if you hated today's video, that's okay, I really don't care. If you love today's video, I appreciate it, but I know what's gonna happen in the comments, guys. I read the comments sometimes, I'm at work or I'm in class. I read the comments, somebody's mad as fuck, I start laughing. That's literally what happens. I know it's bound to be a fucking war zone in the comments section, but MW 2019, I understand, it's like the golden child of Call of Duty nowadays, right? All these great amazing things have started because of MW 2019 in terms of graphics, movement, stability, all this other shit, but all of the nasty things that you don't like, I can almost guarantee you, it started with MW 2019, and for that reason, to me, it is the worst Call of Duty in terms of multiplayer experience of all time. Yes, even 4 to 5 years after. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Do you agree or disagree with my take about MW 2019? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.
This ain't in my body. Hey.